Hello, I am Alondra Alvarez, and today I will be doing my presentation on Vogue for the month of April and the issue that was posted for this year, 2021. So, the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is target audience. So, the audience that is being targeted within this Vogue magazine are young adults and women in the upper class who are interested in high fashion. So, how can we tell that it's young adults? Basically, by analyzing this magazine, I can tell that the young adults are being targeted because Vogue magazine strategically used celebrities and known actresses to be featured within this magazine. So first we have Zendaya. She is a really known actress that has been basically shown and featured in many shows and movies that we've grown up with. Next, we have Camila Mendes. She is an actress. I believe she is featured in Riverdale, which is a really, really popular Netflix show that is currently trending and that has been trending these past, I believe, 3 or 2 years. And next we have Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez is a young woman who has been basically known throughout these whole generations. She is someone who the Generation Z and Millennials has grown up with, so Vogue magazine did a really well job by picking her because she is someone who young women look up to because she's successful, she's kind, and she has a very good sense of style. So I believe that Vogue magazine did a very good job by choosing this woman because they are someone who our generation knows and they're someone who we can look up to and who we do look up to. Okay, so next we are going to be talking about the characteristics. We can tell that Vogue magazine is specifically targeting women because they are featuring things like rings, purses, dresses, and other accessories that are known to be part of a woman's closet. So by these pictures, we can tell that they are promoting stuff like purses, dresses, stilettos, and mostly things that you'd see a woman pick out, like plates and stuff for your house. That's something that a woman would pick out instead of the men. The next characteristic that we have is high class fashion. I combined high class and fashion in this one because it kind of goes together. Like Gucci is obviously high fashion. These are designer brands that are being promoted with this magazine. Also, they are very expensive and pretty prestigious, so I combined it all into this one category. And we can tell that this is a magazine meant for high fashion people because they have designer brands like Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, Versace, Giorgio Armani, and many other brands. Okay, next we will be talking about social groups. So the social group that is being shown with this magazine is celebrities, and the message that is being shown is that by having celebrities model for brands, the brands will instantly be associated with those celebrities, meaning that like because this celebrity wears it, then obviously it must be good. Next, we are talking about the products. The message that Vogue is portraying with their products is that if that product is being featured in the Vogue magazine, then that product must be good and high-end. And this is made because Vogue is commonly known for the high brands, the designer brands that is promoting. And because of its reputation, Vogue is being portrayed as someone who promotes reliable and high-end brands. So here we have an example of the celebrity. So Zendaya is being portrayed as someone who uses this formula. So since she uses it, then it must be good. And then again with Camila Mendes and the deodorant, if she uses it, then it must be good. Okay, next we will be talking about the 5 concepts of sociology. So the first concept that we are going to talk about is social inequality. The definition of social inequality that is shown by Ferris and Steen in their Introduction to Sociology book is that social inequality is the unequal distribution of wealth, power, or prestige among members of society. And Vogue magazine contributes in social inequality by promoting only expensive brands and brands that are only accessible to the upper class. For example, the cheapest item that the brand Louis Vuitton carries is a purse which retails for about $790. This shows that not everyone can afford their high-cost products. The next concept that I'm going to talk about is the Weberian theory. This theory refers to when a person is able to accumulate wealth consisting of income and property. So this magazine is able to show this by showing all of the celebrities and how much wealth they have by also showing their property. Basically, Vogue magazine is showing how much wealth they have by showing how much property they have. Next, we are going to talk about social reproduction is defined in the textbook by the tendency of social classes' ability to remain relatively stable as class status is passed down from one generation to the next. Vogue magazine does this by showing a picture of the celebrities and their families, and this can be seen when celebrities like Ashley Graham are featured because they show how her wealth is then going to be inherited by her child, which is shown in this picture right here. So now the next social concept that I'm going to be talking about is stereotyping. So stereotyping is defined by Ferris and Steen in their Introduction to Sociology book by saying that it is judging others based on preconceived generalizations about groups or categories of people. Vogue magazine stereotypes fashion models by only having pictures of skinny women, feeding the ideology that only tall and lean women are allowed in the modeling industry. And this can be shown by the pictures that you see of the fashion models just being skinny and tall. So the last sociological concept that I will be talking about today is social stratification. So as defined by the book, social stratification is the division of society into groups arranged in a social hierarchy. Vogue magazine displays this by being a magazine that specifically targets the upper class. Basically, Vogue groups its audience according to class and targets those only in a higher social hierarchy because they only have high-end products and very expensive products. Therefore, they divide their audience and only targets those who can afford their products. Lastly, these are my references. It is The Real World: An Introduction to Sociology book by Ferris and Steen. And thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy my presentation.